This video is about why most marketing does not work. I'm giving just one tip, focusing on one thing in this example. So before I talk about this door hanger, let me tell you a quick story. So this morning, my oldest son, he plays select soccer, which is kind of like a higher level soccer. And we were at a big soccer tournament. And when we walked out of the tournament, there was a business card on my car. And the business card actually turned out to be from his coach. Apparently he had somebody pass out these business cards and put them all over the cards. And basically the business card just said something like Soccer Academy and had his phone number. That was it. There was an address or something else on there. And I have absolutely no idea what the point of that card was. I know that we were all there playing in a soccer tournament. And I know that it said Soccer Academy. But I don't know and it has a phone number. What's that mean? Does it mean he's trying to recruit other kids onto my son's soccer team? Does it mean he holds a soccer academy? Does it mean there's a soccer tournament or academy or 3x3 or some event coming up soon that he wants to get some kids to participate in? Does it mean he wants to do some one-on-one teaching? What in the world does it mean? It didn't say anything. It didn't tell me anything. It didn't give me any benefit. I just looked at it. What am I supposed to do with it? Am I really going to put it in my wallet and someday call this guy and say, hey, I got this card on my car. It says Soccer Academy. Tell me about that. I mean, what am I going to do with it? So it's pointless. Whoever he paid to put those out and the printing cost, he might as well have just donated the money to charity. It was a complete and total waste. And so that's what I think most marketing is. It's a complete and total waste. Yeah, you might get a few clients off of it, but for the most part, you blew your money because it didn't say anything. So look at the door hanger on my screen. So as best you can, imagine that you're a homeowner. And if you can't get out of the mindset of knowing so much about the lawn care business and knowing what you do and knowing why your customers need it, think about you live in a house or you live in an apartment or whatever, and somebody sticks this on your door and it says painting. It's all about pretty walls. And it's got a picture of a guy with a paintbrush. Okay, so what does that mean to you? Exactly what's it mean? So let's say this is the only thing you get on your door. It's like, oh, well, thank God I got this. I got to go get my house painted today, and this is the company. What's it tell you? Does it tell you they're good? Does it tell you they're going to, and if they did say house painting, we're good. What's that mean? Like, who cares? You said you're good. I don't believe you. Everybody says they're good. Or what if it says house painting, satisfaction guaranteed? Are you like, oh, wow, great, satisfaction guaranteed. I need to call these guys. These guys, there's something unusual here. It means nothing. Everybody says it. Nobody cares. It's pointless. So really, really think about it from the perspective of this painting concept, because you're not in the painting business, I'm assuming. So what is it that I would have to say if I put a door hanger on your door, house or apartment, that was trying to sell painting? What is it that I would have to say to get you to buy? Well, first thing that comes to mind, I'm going to deviate from my one point I said I'd make. If you live in an apartment and I put a house painting door hanger on your door, well, number one, it doesn't matter what I say. You are not buying house painting. You don't care. Number two, if you just had your house painted 2 months ago and I put a house painting door hanger on your door, you're not a buyer. You don't care. If number three, you live in a neighborhood and your house is about $50,000, I just made up a number, but let's say it a different way. You live in a neighborhood where you can tell nobody hires house painters. And if they do paint their house, it's because they got a citation from the city and they're going to do it themselves. Do you really think it's going to work? So that's kind of about market. First you got to pick the right market to go put your marketing pieces on. But then the second part of it, let's say you are putting your house painting door hanger on a door of somebody that could legitimately buy house painting. They're in a really affluent area. What is it that you've got to say to get them to take action? I am 100% certain it's not saying house painting, satisfaction guaranteed. Now make it even more difficult. Now put 2 door hangers on the door, and one says house painting, satisfaction guaranteed, and the other one says we can paint your house in 1 day for 65% of the price of everybody else in the marketplace. And when we paint your house, it will not smell. You won't even know that we were in your house. So for example, if you leave in the morning, after you leave, we'll show up, and when you get home, you won't even know we were there, and you won't even be able to smell it. All you'll experience is an incredibly beautifully painted house. Okay, now if you could make that statement, which is impossible, but if you could make it, how different would that be than saying house painting satisfaction guaranteed? Who would they call? It's all about what's in it for me. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about me. Like, you don't care about me recording videos, and I don't expect you to. You don't really give a flip about like what I'm going to do tonight or what I did 5 years ago. I mean, you might sort of be interested, but you don't care. It's not going to change your life. But you do care about the stuff I'm saying, if it resonates with you, if it's of value to you, if it can make some difference in your business, if it can change your business and therefore have some change in your life, which you can spend more money on trips and do things. You care about that. You know, if I was selling this information to you and not just giving it to you, I'd probably have to sell it to you under the idea that if you like do what I'm saying, that you'll get to go to Hawaii next year. And if you don't do what I'm saying, I'm pretty positive that you'll rack up another $25,000 on your credit cards and your line of credit. And, if I could make a really compelling case, that's the kind of strategy and marketing I'd have to use to get you to buy my thing. If I was actually selling it, I'd have to give you something that you feel pain to not do that. Or it's like, oh my gosh, this is a thing that's been keeping me up at night. And this piece of advice that he's learned and come up with and personally had success with is going to keep us from being in further debt, and it's going to change everything. And next year we're going to get this great trip. I'm being overly dramatic and I'm exaggerating my point, but I'd have to sell you on this thing you want. It's almost like I need to get in your head and know what it is means something to you. Like for one person, it could be going to Hawaii. For another person, it might be taking care of their disabled parent that's in a retirement home. If I knew that intimate thing that you wanted and needed so badly, and I could put that on a door hanger and guarantee you were going to get that with no risk, I'd have the ultimate chance of selling you something. Well, you can't get in my head at that level. You can't get in your customer's head at that level, but you can get in their head at some level, way better than just saying house painting, satisfaction guaranteed, or green lawns, it's all about curb appeal. That doesn't say anything to you or your customer about what they're going to get, why you're different, how this is going to be good for them, how they can brag to their friends about this great deal that they got. That's the concept. I mean, we got to get inside our client's head, and we've got to answer the question, what's in it for me? And if your stuff isn't answering that, yeah, you might be getting some results, but it's for the most part luck. You happen to show up at the right time, and you were probably the only person on their door, and they happen to need you at exactly this moment. But short of that, if they don't absolutely need you at this moment, there's no other options, and they're too lazy to go get on the internet and do a Google search, yeah, this door hanger might work. But short of that, this is not going to work. And you've got to really answer the question, what's in it for me? And I'll add one thing to it. If you answer the question, what's in it to me, and you put it on their door at the wrong time, how do you get them to keep it? What do you have to say? What offer do you have to make that would actually get them to hang it on their fridge, or put it on their kitchen counter, or put it somewhere so that when they need you, or put it in their calendar on the month of July, or something that when they need you, they go back to that thing versus doing a Google search? That is a little bit more challenging, but it's doable. So think about that. What's in it for me? Answer that. You'll greatly increase your response rate, and you'll greatly increase your close rate, and as a result, you'll greatly increase your profit.